Welcome to the Ask Faleskini podcast with a guest. I'm proud to present Simon. Simon has been our guest before. He's expert in gold investment, and all his predictions from our past podcasts became reality. Simon, welcome to the show.
Great to be here. Thank you very much.
So today we're going to talk about gold as an best investment for midlifers and how to take full advantage of it. And we will also mention how we can do it in small steps. You don't need to have billions of dollars to invest in gold. Simon, please tell us what you recommend that midlifers do if they did not go into gold or if they have just started to considering. Where is the best place to start?
Right. Well, first of all, I would classify, if you're starting off with gold, it's a form of investment. You're absolutely right, but I view it as a form of insurance as well. So I think it kind of covers two bases. What I like about it is you can buy it in very small quantities. So you don't have to have a lot of money to start. You can set up an account with a local bullion dealer that's well regarded and trusted, and buy relatively small amounts. It's up to you if you take delivery of it or not. You want to check before you buy, but most reputable bullion dealers can both store and insure it for you, so you don't have to take delivery. But you can get on the journey for not much money at all, and depending on what you buy, there may be some tax advantages for you. For example, in the UK, you don't pay capital gains tax on certain gold coins. And obviously, if you buy in your local market, it may be worth finding out if there's anything that you should be buying, which is currently advantageous from a tax perspective.
Can we go more into numbers or be more specific? When you say you don't need much more money to start, so it's possible to start with $100 a month. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you don't need much. And I think the other point I would say is, at the moment, there's a lot of faith in the fiat currency system, euros, dollars, sterling, whatever it is, which is great, fantastic. That's the way it should be. But if there was ever major concerns about fiat currencies, and debt is going up and up and up, and I think that people are becoming a bit more concerned about it, then the world and his wife will want to buy gold and precious metals and other things apart from fiat currencies. So if you want to get involved in the sector, now is a good time to do it, because you want to get involved where you can set up an account quite readily, and it won't take a huge amount of time and effort. But if you wait until there's an actual crisis, trying to set up an account to buy gold could be phenomenally difficult. There could be thousands of people in the queue ahead of you. And not only could there be a lot of people ahead of you, but you could end up in a situation where you're at the front of the queue, the price of what you want to buy is dramatically higher than what it was when you were at the back of the queue. And then you've got another decision to make. So I would urge people that if it's an area of interest, they should get involved now.
Yes, especially because we are optimistic right now, but things can change rather fast. And the economic outlook is really good for big players, but small players are exposed to a lot of asymmetrical risks in the near future. So I do believe gold is also huge hedge. And if we just step a bit in the past, 1 ounce of gold should be enough to provide food for family for at least a month. Simon, what's your take on that? How much or what is the minimum that a family should have on store for, let's say, a year's worth of gold if they start now? What should be the first goal to look for when you start investing in gold?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a very valid point. I mean, it goes back to my earlier point that I view gold as insurance as well as an investment, because if anything nasty does happen, you want to have a diverse range of investments or products that you're in, and I think gold should be one of those. In terms of how much you need, it's a very difficult question because if we ever have a crisis, I'd expect the price of food to go up dramatically. And so I think where I'd come from is you want to be people with a diverse range of investments rather than a narrow range of investments. And if that's the case, then having some gold um, is probably no bad thing. And how much you need, very difficult to say, but I would certainly say you want to have as much as you can afford. And the other thing I like about gold, to be honest, is it's incredibly liquid. If you buy gold, it's a global asset. Everyone wants it, and so if you want to sell it, you can sell it today. And there's a spot price, there's a recognized price in the market. It's not like having a house where it could take you a long time to sell it, and uh, you'll be selling it in a certain market, a local market, let's say London or New York or wherever it is, and uh, it's not liquid, and the price that you start off agreeing for the sale could be very different from the price you end up with. And I think the other thing about gold is, let's say you've got, I don't know, 10,000 euros worth of gold, and you need 1,000 euros urgently. You can't sell a bit of a house. You have to sell the whole thing. And you can't just say, "Well, I'm selling the garage." But with gold, you can say, "Okay, well, I'll sell a bar, or I'll sell 10 coins or whatever it is," and then you get your money. So the fact it's divisible is, I think, incredibly important. And going back to your comment about food, if you're buying food for a month, food goes off, and so you don't want to have all the money necessarily at the start of the month. You probably want to have a bit at the start of the month, and then have some at the end of the month. And you need to know that you're going to have the money, and that's one thing I like about gold. In a way, it's a proxy for cash. So you could have obviously your normal cash, but if for some reason there's an issue with that, having some gold could be incredibly important.
Thank you. What I would like to address is another dilemma that all investors or the first-time investors in gold have. How much of gold we should have at home, and where should we store the rest of the gold that we have purchased?
Yeah, it's a very good question. I mean, a massive misconception about gold and silver and platinum and a lot of precious metals is you have to take delivery. And you don't want to have gold lying around your house or silver lying around your house. You've got massive security issues and storage issues and insurance issues. So, what I would say is you want to have it stored and insured off-site, albeit locally to you, so you can get in a car and go and get it if you ever really need it. And if you want to have any in the property, I would suggest not having much. And to be honest, I think it makes sense to have lower denomination coins, be it gold, silver, platinum, whatever it is, in your house, if that's what you want to do, because if there's any kind of Armageddon moment, there's no point turning up at the supermarket with a gold bar that's worth 100,000 euros. You want to have a gold coin or a silver coin that is worth a similar amount to what you want to buy, because the person at the local shop is unlikely to have a coin cutter where they say, "Okay, well, thank you very much, but we'll take half that coin." That won't happen. They'll take the whole coin, which will mean you buying a ridiculous amount of food, or whatever you're buying. So yeah, I would suggest not having much at home at all, and storing most of it away from premises where it would be properly insured. But the only caveat being, I would suggest doing that where you can actually drive to it if you need it. I think it's very unlikely you'll need it, but if you do, and there's some geopolitical issue, you want to have it where you can get your hands on it rather than you need to rely on aeroplanes and travel for people to come and get it to you.
Okay. My point of view is a bit more conservative because my family always had gold at home. So at least a year's worth of food in gold should be at home. So that is 12 ounces you should have at home. I do agree that probably buying an 1 ounce coin will be hard to bargain with. So maybe smaller coins or silver coins are a huge alternative because 1 ounce is just about 5% of the value of gold. So maybe you should have a mix of gold and silver coins at home. Just for this 1 year's storage, and all the rest should be, of course, in a safe deposit box somewhere where it's insured and, as Simon proposed, locally accessible.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I think the issue as well is, I mean, if you have got a very secure property, I completely advocate what you're suggesting, but I think that you need to be careful with your insurer, and insurers will probably get quite skittish if you have got, you want to insure what they view as a lot of gold, and your insurance policy could go up significantly. But if you just have a little bit and say, first of all, it's up to you whether you declare it for insurance purposes, and secondly, it's unlikely to have a material impact on the cost of your insurance.
Okay, and now to my favorite topic before we conclude, midlifers. So how should midlifers go about gold if they haven't started before?
Right. Well,
what is the first thing they need to do?
What I'd suggest is going to a dealer. They can either go to my website or your website and find a suitable dealer and set up an account and put some funds in the account. I mean, you can try people out with €100 or whatever. You don't need to spend a lot of money, but just buy some. Just take that first step. Get the account. Get something in it. We can help them take that first step, and it's incredibly important to have some. And if they don't have any, then they should have some. If they have got a relatively modest amount, I would argue you should have probably a bit more. But you've got to have some, and you want to at least get on that journey and start now.
Thank you. So I follow Simon on LinkedIn mostly, where he publishes regularly. Simon, where is the best place to follow you and your expertise, all the analytics that you publish, and all the good advice that you give?
Well, the best place to start is to go to my website, www.goldprogram.co.uk. There, you can see how I can help you. And if you want sort of additional help, I'd suggest contact me on LinkedIn, and we can have a chat, and I can try and help you.
Simon, thank you very much for all these insights, and thank you for being my guest again.
Thank you very much. Really enjoyed it.